advertising gimmick invented by Teats. Advertising gimmick invented by Teats. Richard Bacon patronized Leave voters by claiming they didn't know what they were voting for. The former Blue Peter presenter recycled the old argument when appearing on the BBC show in Swansea. Asked by a member of the audience how he thought Brexit negotiations were going, Mr. Bacon accused the official Leave campaign of failing to explain the consequences of Brexit. He said, "It turns out that no one really knew anything about it, and it's turned out to be so much more complicated than anyone thought." Related articles: Theresa May's Brexit victory, Juncker will back down on the ECJ, Remainer and Smith slammed for Labour coup to keep UK in EU. It's astonishing that when you look at the Irish border question that we're talking about this week, no one seems to have thought about these consequences. The broadcaster's comments implied that those who voted to leave the EU were unaware of the consequences of their vote and would regret their decision if they knew more information. He went on to say that the fallout over the future of the Irish border highlighted why the UK had not thought through Brexit, despite the fact that a solution to the problem is expected to be found by the end of the week. Speaking about the Leave campaign, he continued, "It was all about the NHS, getting money, and scientific research getting money, and we're going to take back powers and have less red tape, and I couldn't see the Irish border in there anywhere." Mr. Bacon made the argument despite the fact that the question of the Irish border was discussed during the campaign period. The Northern Ireland Secretary during the referendum, Theresa Villers, who campaigned for the UK to leave the EU, highlighted that both the UK and Irish government would not want to see a hard border implemented. She said, "There is no reason why we should have to scrap it, the common travel area," and looking at the evidence given by the Irish ambassador to the Northern Ireland Affairs Committee in Parliament, it was clear that it was in the interests of the Irish government to try and ensure that the open border continued. Draft plans for the future of the Irish border suggest that there will be no customs checks between the two countries. Criticizing the government's negotiations with the EU, Mr. Bacon also implied that the Tories did not know what they were doing and accused them of being worse than a pantomime. Getty: Arlene Foster's DUP has temporarily stalled Brexit negotiations. Getty: Theresa May and Donald Tusk are expected to announce a deal on the Irish border in the next few days. He said, "With a pantomime at least you more or less know what it is you're going to get." Frustrated at the Remoaners' complaints, Conservative MP Bernard Jenkin intervened to disprove the TV presenter's comments, saying Theresa's not going to be a hard border in Northern Ireland. He added, "This is a manufactured row by the government of Ireland and by the EU, who are trying to leverage money and more concessions out of the British government." Related articles: EU's Donald Tusk to make surprise Brexit announcement tomorrow. Tory MP calls on Prime Minister May to remain flexible to secure Brexit deal. Eurosceptic mocks Rachel Johnson for saying UK must execute Low.